Miami, 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 Miami. It feels like Miami.
He did this on Jesus' Day. In the middle of Black History Month. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Alphonse Sidney, a.k.a. Alf954. Welcome into the Miami Heat Beat postgame show. If you're watching live on Twitch, thank you so much. Send us some subs, do the bits and all the super chats and all that good stuff. We haven't had a super chat since I was doing hangover time, by the way. Y'all are, was it super chat or like it's a hype train? Hype train. We haven't done one of those in a minute since I was on hangover time. I don't expect y'all to do that today for this game, but at some point soon, maybe if we were on Friday for the Toronto game. If you're watching live on YouTube, thank you so much. We love you. Go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe button. That just helps us out. Make sure you watch all the time. And if you are listening to the podcast tomorrow morning because you wanted to hear more about this game, bless your sweet, beautiful heart, because the podcast is where we make all of our money. And here we go. Kyle, we got Kyle Scarlett today. Kyle has the mood, the lighting for the game. It's absolutely perfect. We have Franky, the man in the chair. He got his girl behind him. She over here doing financial takeovers and hacking financial systems and shit. It looks like y'all on some treacherous shit on some Mr. Robot.
She's playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Yeah, same thing. Anyway, and we have Tiffany Meeks. Tiff, am I going to see you on Friday? Listen, I got drunk last night and bought a first-class ticket. I'm not even joking to go see Brass Jazz's album release party in New York City on this Friday. If anybody is in New York City, look me up on Twitter, find the link, buy tickets. Me and Tiff going to be out there drunk as shit. The only black people out here listening to swing music. Tiff, we gonna get it. Drunk as shit. We're gonna have a great fucking time. But yeah, if you are in New York City, if you're anywhere in the New York area, get tickets to Brass's bands. It's the Double Down Band. They're having their album release party this Friday. Me and Tiff gonna be out there. We gonna be lit. It's gonna be a movie. I'm trying to get Ryan Cortez out there. He said he's not drinking anymore and he can't drink.
Ryan, you ain't got to drink. Just come on.
No, he said he
buddy.
can't be sober listening to swing music. And
wow. That's crazy.
Hey, listen, he's a Cuban from Miami. Come on, what do you expect from my man? Come on. Double down.
There it is.
Go ahead, Brass. Anyway, come through. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to let the heat get us down. But Tiff, I'm going to start with you.
Sir.
This game, they held them off in the third quarter after the Bucks cut it to 2. I was really proud of the way they ended the quarter. This is one thing they've had a lot of trouble with, ending quarters, ending halves. They've done a really bad job. Today, did they go up by 8 or go by 10? Either way, they did a really good job at the end of the third, stemming the tide. They go into the fourth quarter. In your opinion, what happened in the fourth for them to get outscored by 15 goddamn points?
Up 8 to start the fourth.
Yeah, they were up 8. Oh, man.
Lost by 7.
I think part of it was no Bam. I think that's part of it. So you have no Bam. It just seems like it's the same quarter. Like I'm watching the same thing over and over. Only like the opposite jerseys change. I just feel like they can't sustain anything. And I think the reliance on Tyler is also part of the problem in the fourth quarter, because you needed, first of all, I ain't seen a homecoming like that since Beyonce. Tyler shows up when he's in Milwaukee. Okay, he shows up. I just think the problem is that he's just not the guy that's gonna end you with 55 and win the game. Like it's just not gonna happen. So you just don't have enough to push through in that fourth when either A, he's not on the court, or he's on the court, he's getting the double attention, and then there's no one that can play off of him. And I think that's a big problem.
Frankie, sometimes I just think like Tyler just isn't physically imposing enough to just like put his imprint on the game, like we've seen Jimmy do to close out games. Yep. I'm not. This is not taking nothing away from Tyler. He was awesome tonight, but like he needs somebody else, and nobody else stepped up in that fourth quarter. Really, absolutely nobody. And then that, and also, what do you think went wrong in the fourth?
He got his 14 free throw attempts, which is great. That's something Tyler usually did before this year, and that's become more common occurrence. But it was just that so many early shots in the fourth quarter they either like were pressing, took a contested shot. Milwaukee gets the rebound, comes the other way, gets an easy shot. Defensively, they were going out where a lot in the fourth and making him pay. Nico going out for the injury took off some size, and Kyle Anderson wasn't that good today. A minus 11, 9 minutes.
But he had to start the fourth.
Haywood.
Yeah. Haywood.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we couldn't use Haywood Highsmith tonight.
No, not at all. But yeah, it's just some of their shot selection just a little forced. Over reliance. There was some shots. Tyler had an amazing game. Some shots I didn't like down the stretch where he's forcing the issue, taking contested shots with 11 on the clock. Like we could get a better look than that. And they had the rest of the team had no urgency on offense. No ball movement. Nobody else until Davion got in the game. Nobody else could really handle the ball with pressure. And then the other way.
That's why we have Terry.
Yeah, they're just not defending the three-point line well enough. Lillard, Kuzma in the fourth, just going and answering every run.
Tiff,
I don't want to forget. Yeah, I didn't want to forget this. I know y'all think it's about Haywood, but I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Frankie, do you think, because Tyler did take some rush shots, and 11 seconds left on the clock, but I'm going to say to his defense, and I don't do this a lot.
Not mad at it.
But sometimes, who else was taking it?
Somebody had to do it.
Who else was doing it? That's the other part as to where, like, I can't be mad, really, because no one else looked like they wanted that smoke. Like,
Tiff,
he was the only one that really looked like he wanted it.
Tiff, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm sorry. Kyle Scarlett's down here in the corner look like a goddamn Batman villain. He looks like he is about to warn Gotham City about a reign of terror.
He looks like he's about to meet the draft.
I am. This game pissed me off on like 8 levels, but I'm only gonna do 4 because that's all we have time for. First off, the amount of flopping. If we're gonna go to the Oscars, I mean, I damn well should have asked my damn self. I could have did what they did for I couldn't understand what all the flopping was. Yeah. Like it drove me nuts. So that's there. Then we watch, and I don't even want to make this a Terry thing. I just want to make this thing. There's a run happening where they I think the Bucks ran off 11 points, and Spo already called the timeout. They didn't respond. He called another timeout, and they didn't respond. So I don't know if there's like brain dead. Like I don't know what's happening when Spo calls timeouts. Like I'm sure he's animated in the timeouts. Where he's like, "Hey guys, let's stay in front of our man. Hey, let's watch the back cut. Hey,
stop helping for no fucking reason.
Like, bam, please guard Giannis because whoever's guarding him is getting cooked. Like, too many of these plays between the end of the third and then the rest of the fourth, and they made some ridiculous threes. I mean, Dame is Dame, so I'm not even doing that. But we let Kyle Kuzma hit threes to get them close and then within the game, and we let Porter Jr. look like he's damn Houston Rockets James Harden. Like, I really didn't understand what we were doing here. And that's not even the worst of it. The worst of it is when for whatever reason, and aside from Tyler going nuclear, which there's only so much you can do. Not everybody can be Steph Curry. That's just that's no salt in the wound. Not everybody can just do that back to back. Well, I'm not asking Tyler to shoot too many logo threes. Like that was in rhythm, cool. But to me, what made me upset is not rebounding the damn ball. We played with size. and can't rebound the ball. And by the way, I don't want to see nobody blame Jovic because he fractured his damn hand. So it's not even a Jovic thing. Grab the ball. Like it's orange.
A physicality. Kyle,
Yes,
we don't
yes.
have it's physicality. We don't have. Size doesn't matter if you're not physical.
And I
Yes,
think the thing
yes.
is,
For all the
boxing out
ladies
is a
out there,
physical
size doesn't
aspect,
matter.
right? Like boxing out requires you to put space between you and
But
your
boxing
defender.
out requires physicality.
Listen,
We don't have it.
There are times I'm like, yo, they need UD on that fucking bench, man. Like this is just like no.
The mental toughness is missing.
I'm not even trying to be misogynistic. There's just too much bitch shit going on with this team sometimes. Like, what the fuck are y'all out here doing? Okay, but I do want to address something that I've addressed time and time again with this team. They go into the fourth quarters with the lead, right? They open up the fourth quarter with either half the time they don't have Tyler or Bam on the floor, or sometimes they'll have one with a real janky ass lineup around them, and Terry is always there, always. Like Terry is a staple of the beginning of a fourth quarter. You have an 8-point lead. Bam had foul trouble in the third. He had only 25 minutes
That
going to the
calls,
fourth
by the
quarter.
way.
If he
Really bad.
played the entire fucking fourth quarter, he would have ended with 37 minutes, which is not much for a fucking superstar, right? He's on the bench. You have Kyle Anderson, who has done nothing. You have Duncan Robinson, who's getting cooked by KPJ. You know me, I love Duncan. But shit, when you have Duncan out there with Kyle Anderson and Terry Rozier, like, what the fuck was that shit? Like, it was a fucking, like, and time after time. And it's not here sitting here playing fucking, you know, like hindsight is 2020. We all watched the beginning of the fourth quarter. We all see the lineup, and we're like, what the fuck is happening? Next thing you know, it's an 8-point lead. Now it's down to a 2-point lead, and now Bam is coming off the fucking bench. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, time after time, Tiff. Like, we just go into these fucking fourth quarters with a lead, and instead of protecting the lead, we're like, let's play garbage bullshit for a few minutes and hope that we can hold on instead of fucking either extending the lead, protecting the lead. Instead, we're like, well, we'll give up the lead. And this team, who can't score, will play from behind the whole fourth quarter. Is that a recipe for fucking success? Like, they should open every fucking fourth quarter with the best fucking lineup they could possibly imagine.
Yep.
But they
It just
never
looks
fucking
like
do.
It looks like at this point, this is the rotation.
Okay, then at this point, we're just going to be trash.
Well, because this has been the rotation the last however many games, right? Since we got Wiggins, this is the rotation.
But no,
This-
Tiff, it goes before Wiggins.
But
It
I'm
goes-
just saying, if you add him now, because now you add him, you detract someone else because you have to. So this is the rotation.
I don't understand that. Why don't you detract Terry?
Well, but he's not. That's what, like, you've had. If you believe in science, right? It's right there. We've watched it. We've watched the experiment. We've added all the things. We've done all the things, and the volcano don't work. But yeah,
We have a super chat, by the way. Be more Samad.
Yep.
We lost because Spo's refusal to play Haywood Highsmith over Terry Rozier, Kyle Anderson, dunk when he's off. Bam ducking Giannis in the last 5 minutes. Be more. Yes, motherfucker. Yes. Spo calls timeout and makes no changes. Franky, you said it didn't matter. I'm fucking calling you out before the fucking Bam not tagging Giannis. I'm not even talking about on a fast break. I'm talking about after makes in the half court, choosing to guard Kyle Kuzma, and then fucking Ware is guarding Giannis. And so now everyone's fucking trying to help. Everyone's cheating towards Giannis but if it was just Bam, They could just stay home on their man, and Giannis is picking them apart. It was a fucking problem. Now, the bigger problem, yes, is before Giannis even got on the court, right? But Bam not tagging Giannis, not stepping up and trying to stop Giannis at the end of that game was a big fucking deal.
Yeah, Giannis's 6 points in the fourth quarter were why they lost the game.
Listen, it's not just the points. No, but it's not just the points.
How many minutes did Brook Lopez play in the fourth? I'm just curious about something.
8:30.
Okay. Did he close?
Yes.
Those 6 points, they could have only lost by 1. But it's not just the points. It's the fact that he was picking you apart. It's the fact that some of those points were some of the most impactful points of the fourth quarter, Kyle. Like
passes.
Yeah, he was picking them apart.
One of the shots Brook made in the paint, and this to me is no knock on Ware. Lopez been doing this for a long time. Let's just get this out the way, just as a sample size here. He's been doing this for a minute. Number one. Number two, I think the problem is you mentioned, Tiff, you mentioned the physicality. Lopez is a physical big man. He's also a big man that's grandfathered in from a time where big men were physical. They box out, they block shots, they try to do without fouling. Where is a smaller 7-footer at this point? He doesn't have the strength to box out Brook Lopez. And Brook Lopez even gives Bam trouble on the board sometimes. Like it takes Bam all of his body to stop Brook from getting a rebound.
So who should have been guarding Brook Lopez in the fourth? And then, because here's the thing, we're talking about it like it doesn't need to happen. You don't have to play Ware at that point in the game.
I'm not even mad at Ware. What I'm mad
but I'm
is
just
why
saying,
is Ware guarding Giannis?
But that's what I'm saying. You don't have to have Ware in the game at all at that point. If you felt like you needed Bam on the floor, guess what? Bam could be guarding.
But Tiff, who else is going to be out there?
Jovic is gone. And I think that's
out. Jovic is hurt.
I think that's the problem, right?
Kyle Anderson was hot trash.
It's not the problem. It's not the problem. We gotta are we gonna do this? Because realistically, if you're the best coach in the game,
no, listen, I think once Giannis and Brook came in, you needed to go to the 2 big lineup. That was fine. My problem was Bam's not tagging Giannis. So a lot of times Ware ends up on Giannis. So Tyler's cheating over it. Wiggins is cheating over, and now he's just picking you apart all over the floor, right? And then before they came in, you didn't play Haywood Highsmith. You had Kyle Anderson out there who wasn't doing anything, and I like Kyle Anderson, but this wasn't the game for him. There was too much speed on the floor for the Bucks. And and I know Haywood was cold, but you bring Kyle in cold, bring Haywood in. I just don't get Haywood's size. I mean, Kyle's size to me, guys, and maybe I'm wrong, isn't real size.
Nah.
Right. No. But I just think we're not really looking at the fact that it didn't matter who Ware was guarding. He was gonna get cooked by Giannis, or he was going to get cooked by Lopez. I don't think he should have been out there, period.
But the danger of being cooked by Lopez is a lot less than the danger of being cooked by Giannis. Because what Giannis can do is because what happens when you have to cheat and help, because Ware on Lopez, you can leave him on an island. But Ware on Giannis, you have to help. And once you help, Giannis is going to pick you apart. Charles Milliard with the super chat.
Y'all didn't see Lopez driving to the basket on Ware?
Charles Million with the super chat says, for God's sake, even Doc Rivers exceeded Giannis' so-called 24 minutes. Why can't Spo play Bam and Hero more minutes? Ware played the most minutes on the team tonight.
And that's a problem.
I think, here's my thing. Tiff, you say it's a problem, but I think it's one of those things where he's young. You ain't got to worry about minutes for him. So I think Spo just.
But I'm trying to win.
I don't disagree with you. However, with the Bucks playing with size to some degree, he couldn't go Jovic.
I'm sorry, Wiggins played 40 minutes. My bad. Oh, and Tyler played 40 minutes. I'm off. I just meant Ware played more than Bam.
And I think some of the calls, and I don't want to put this on the refs because I think they called both really trash calls on both ends
Terrible
throughout the game. But some of the early calls with Bam getting into into foul trouble early offset things. And then what we don't realize is how important Jovic at his size. He doesn't necessarily have to score every time down the floor, but what he does is provide size guarding up against other players or other teams that have size. So for instance, in this particular fourth quarter, Jovic would have probably been on Kuzma. I'm not saying it's a perfect matchup, but they're similar in height, and that's for defensive purposes at least.
You could have went Pell Lawson on Kuzma. Like, we have to stop acting like there wasn't other options.
The problem was Bam decided that he had to guard Kuzma. Like, Bam was like, yo, I got Kuzma, son. I got him. I got Kuzma.
And I guess you need to. I mean, to be honest with you, some of it to me went back to the last time I was on here. I don't think we need threes to get in games when we have 1:15 left and we're down 4. You need twos.
It's ingrained in here.
It's a mental thing, in my opinion. There's ways to get scoring.
Kyle, they can't get to they were getting to the basketball game.
Missing layups
tonight. And to be
Wiggins smoking layups.
I think Wiggins was fine on post up, but they didn't run that again. They didn't run that action again. And don't get me wrong, I think Davion's going to be progressive in his jump shot, but I don't want to see him taking threes in the clutch, in my opinion.
Bro, I didn't understand. Like, all of a sudden, he's our clutch 3-point shooter. Like,
yep.
And here's the other problem. I love Davion Mitchell, right? The problem is when you look at that closing lineup. All right, you've already given up the lead, and now we go to the defensive lineup, right? What? We're down 7. Now we go to the defensive lineup. They needed more shooters on the floor, right? And whether that means, I don't know what that means, but nobody's scared of Wiggins from 3. Nobody's scared of Davion from 3. You had one floor spacer on the floor, right? And that's going to limit what you can do at the basket. And they were getting to the basket all game long, and the Bucks just decided to close off the paint, and it was over. Like, it's just like this team has no margin for error. So when you have a lead, that is when you should go out there with a defensive unit. But instead, we go out there with Kyle Anderson, Duncan Robinson, and Terry Rozier as our big 3.
But you mentioned it earlier.
Tip, did you hear what I just said?
I heard you.
With a lead, to protect the lead, you went out there with Kyle Anderson, Duncan Robinson, and Terry Rozier. It's motherfucking criminal. I want to call the FBI. Cash Patel.
But none of them do the things.
I got a lead for you, my nigga. Cash, hit me up. I got a lead for you, bruh.
But you know what the problem is? It doesn't matter who you put out there and close with, because no one on this team can do the things that we actually miss that nobody talks about. No one can slow the game down. No one can slow it down, get to the free throw line. Nobody can do work in the post. Like, those are the things. Exactly. Those are the things that you miss.
Oh, brother.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I thought we gave.
Oh, God.
To see forever.
Forever.
But forever's gone.
Yeah, no.
It's so hard.
I'm glad he's happy in Golden State while we suffer. But
Goodbye.
Kyle Anderson over me.
But that's just, it's not about he quit. It's about the skill set. Like, it's not, people think it's just about Jimmy. It's about that particular skill set. You got not one guy who can come down and get in the post.
We don't have a closer.
Because I'm sorry, I saw Wiggins trying to post Dame. He lucky he got a foul because it didn't look like it was working out.
Yo, Wiggins had AJ Green dead to rights. I think they were down 2 or 4 and smoked the fucking layup. Like, AJ and I'm Green just over here like, what's happening?
That was the second layup he smoked.
No, I mean he smoked quite. I mean he smoked quite a few since he's been here.
Terry. What about the Terry no look,
Oh,
short arm layup?
Frankie, do
You
you
know
have?
You know
do
what?
you have the
You know the
Terry?
one where it looked like he was
Here's my
gonna
thing.
pass, but he went to the middle.
Frankie, do you have the Terry finger roll from Friday night?
I can get it for you.
Oh
I
my
think there's my
god!
problem, and I mentioned it on the timeline. The problem with Terry is that he's the opposite of a floor general. He brings this energy like
He's a floor trader.
He's a DEI floor general.
He acts like Crash Bandicoot on the court. He's just spinning around. It's like, brother,
That nigga's a floor Benedict Arnold.
like, slow it down, bro.
He's the Tasmanian devil.
He's floor Polian.
It's just
Yeah, here giving away your position.
he brings this like erratic ball handling. He just it's just not.
It's a hate crime, honestly.
I
hate it.
Bro, the floor snitch.
I see Terry's name. Frankie, you see his name spray painted on walls.
Oh my god, look at this.
Oh.
Oh my! No, I need that over the basket replay where he literally.
Who was he lobbing to? Who was he lobbing to?
No, Kyle. He was trying to make a basket.
But why does he think he can dunk? Like he takes off mid-flight.
He takes off so far away.
Look.
But why is it going backwards?
Who
I
was
don't
he
care.
lobbing to?
I don't care that he took
That's a
off too
lob.
far. Why is it going backwards?
His layup
Because
attempts are
once,
lobs.
because once you take off from the dots,
Tiff, I am an awful basketball player. Like I am really bad. There's one time I literally, in an open court, you could literally just throw the ball and just not even hit the backboard. I have done that in a basketball game. I have never finger rolled backwards. Never.
my 9-year-old is doing better than this.
Frankie, play that again, please, for the love of God. It is the most insane thing. Like, listen, this is Exhibit A in the fucking court case. Like, no, there's no way.
This
There's
ain't
no
even
way.
going to court.
No, your lawyer's gonna say you gotta plead out.
Exactly.
Don't just
You did all the hard work to get the ball.
don't
I
take
have
this.
never in my life seen somebody lob to the opponent. What was he thinking? This is
Kyle,
like
he
former
wasn't
basketball
lobbing. He was trying to make a
that's not-
basket.
Alf, I'm not jacking that's a shot. That's a lob. He lobbed to the opponent. He's making it too obvious.
I'm sorry, he's
Brother,
point
that's
shaving.
obvious.
He's point shaving. Like, what was that? That was so wild to me. Anyway,
That's like the dollar store version of layups. I'm so
hold on.
mad
We
at
missed a
it.
super chat. I'm sorry.
Did we?
Alexander XCC. Anyone hoping Spo will stop playing Rozier? I got one name for you, Cody Zeller. Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hit me with finals minutes, Cody Zeller. God, Alexander, you just cut me so goddamn deep. Couldn't run without tripping over his feet, but stayed in the rotation. Damn, Alexander, you hit me with finals minutes against Nikola Jokic, Cody Zeller. Yeah, you know what? You got me.
Jesus.
Alexander, you got me, bro. I don't know what else to tell you.
And we got a game tomorrow, which I am.
And I'm going to, by the way.
Who we?
Well, I mean,
I'll be rooting.
You on the team?
I'll be there rooting for my hometown Hawks.
God damn.
Gonna shave circles in my head.
Who just
Go in there with a free
Yeah.
Trae Young. You got to go in there with a free Trae Young
No,
shirt.
I'm just
And we got a clip of Alf playing basketball to show the chat to compare.
Get it. Hit it. Bah!
Ga.
Hit that again. Let me show you the move. Let me show that up and under. Up and under. Got him.
That's what Giannis tried to do in the fourth.
Flagrant.
Yeah.
Yo, the amount of people who saw this clip, and I'm talking about on several platforms, who messaged me, is like, is that you? And I'm like,
Is
first
that
of all, I'm not that fat. Fuck you. And second of all, like, I don't live in a place that has fat.
You're like, I'm not back there playing cornhole, motherfuckers.
I was about to say I'm not that bad at basketball, but I'm like, Pretty fucking bad.
He's like,
I mean, the Hawks just lost to the Pistons by 3 with a minute and 15 seconds left. So they did the opposite of what we did tonight.
Yeah. Wow. No, the funny thing is, if you look at the East from 5 down, everybody's on like a 4-game losing streak. It's so bad. Like everybody's so bad. Like that's why everyone's like tank. I'm like, yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
Can't. It's like you're trying to out tank real tankers.
Well,
it's like you ain't built like that, son.
A Chrysler looks like a phantom.
We are.
Tip of Chrysler looks like a phantom.
This is crazy. To your point, we're actually one of 2 teams in the top. Actually, well, if you go from 8 up, the Knicks are on a 2-game losing streak. The Miami Heat are on a 1-game losing streak. Orlando's won 1. The Detroit is on a 6-game winning streak. Milwaukee won 4 in a row. Indiana has won 3 in a row. Boston's won 5, and Cleveland has won 6. So we just joined the club.
Everybody else is on losing streaks, or like 4 out of the last 10, 3 out of the last 10. Like nobody, like literally, you are like, like someone in the chat said they were born in a tank. Yo, some of these teams know how to tank. Like you don't know how to tank. Now I will say,
a good pick for it too. You
lose 2 playing games, yeah, you got a shot. But you guys know me. I will never root for losing. Not how I'm built.
If they die, they die.
I'm over here rooting for Franky's girl in the back playing Hello Kitty Super Mario Kart. Whatever the fuck she's doing. Hey, Franky's girlfriend. Tell her to wave.
Hey.
Babe, wave. Wave. They're saying hi.
Hey. Tell him that looked a little Elon real quick.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Get him out of here.
Whoa.
Just for that.
Whoa.
That guy looks a lot like Alf. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really fucking racist what you're doing.
Oh, every time there's a video of a fat Hispanic guy, Alpha's like, "Hey, is this Franky?"
Well, if you were G, what the fuck? Listen.
You haven't accused G of it one time.
First of all, nobody's seen G in weeks. We don't even know what the hell he looked like.
Man, G got a girlfriend, went to Japan, and ain't never come back.
G's like, this is the most I've ever seen Christian in my life. Double dates.
G
now.
Goofy ass at home trimming bonsai trees.
Into the shape of her, of hearts and shit.
We just say playing Ed Sheeran in the background.
Around here, wax on, wax off. Like
Chat's calling you Alf Zempic.
Whatever. They call me Alf. Alf Jaro. Ozempic fuck up your liver and shit.
I got a question.
I do enough of that on my own.
Go ahead, Tim.
It's weird watching Tyler and Wiggins on the same team. For me, I feel like there's like something missing.
There's a whole Canada America beef? Is that what's going on?
I mean, we lost. I don't know. I don't know if it's the skill sets together. There's something that is missing.
Tiff, I honestly like it a lot. I really do.
I think that you know what it might be for me.
What?
If you're rolling with this next year, like this is what you're rolling with, right?
No, they are, because it's all about 2026.
I know. Then you got to go get a point guard. Because something has to. No.
A real one?
Yeah. I'm not even saying he a fake one. I'm saying you need one that nobody can leave open.
But Tiff, this whole draft is packed with point guards. Like
go get Colin Sexton. Why not?
No, I don't want. Listen. We already got one Crash Bandicoot on this team. I don't want to see another.
Who's that? Who's
Terry.
that?
Colin Sexton is Crash Bandicoot plus.
But
2.
who's the one we already got?
Terry Rozier.
I ain't even giving him. You giving Terry that much credit?
You know what I find really
Colin
funny.
Sexton shoots above 50% from two. That's a big
That's
reach for
great,
Terry.
but
You know what I find really funny? How good would this trade have been? The return of Davion Mitchell, guys like Davion Mitchell, Andrew Wiggins, Kyle, whatever his name is. I'm sorry, I've been drinking. When like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, like, and you paired these guys with Jimmy, it would have been fantastic. Like Tyler and Caleb Martin, right? For these guys, when Tyler was your sixth man. Like, these were the kind of like Davion Mitchell backing up Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins next to Jimmy Butler.
That's what we said at the time, Alf. When we saw that finals run, we're like, they don't need a star. They need capable players.
Franky, it's not even the finals run. It's after the Eastern Conference Finals when they lost against Boston.
Yeah.
Like, if they had made the moves, and when the Dame thing flared out, if they had made moves for guys like Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, and Kyle Anderson at that time, perfect summer.
Yeah.
Because they needed to just fill out the team.
Right.
They might have won a title with that team. Like, or at least been legitimately competitive with Denver instead of hoping Caleb Martin became fucking Scottie Pippen again.
Right. But that's what the roster issue is currently, that they're constantly thinking of, like, we can't play Duncan because he can't defend and his shots aren't falling. Davion isn't hitting his shots right now, so we can't play him. Pell is making mistakes. Nico's turning the ball over. Like, there's no guys that are like set in stone in the rotation. Two-way guys are going to be consistent, have consistent games like that. Like Wiggs, I didn't even feel like he played awful, and I saw he went 7 for 20 today. But like he doesn't have a consistent part of his game that you're like, every game he's giving you this and this, and that's what they're missing. That's what they've been missing for the last few years, and they haven't really addressed it. And I'm wondering if they ever will.
I'm just really fucking annoyed. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyle.
I guess my question, and Tiff, you start off the questions. Now you got my basketball brain worrying. My thing is a point guard from the draft going to help this, or do you need somebody more established? Because you're not going to ask a young guy.
It depends on your timeline, Kyle. What is your timeline?
Yeah.
Well, they clearly, the Heat don't do full tanks, and no real Heat fan gonna sit. I mean, I'll watch games, but losing 50 plus games is disgusting.
I'll watch it, but have we talked about the Heat's ratings this year? Down like 30-something, 40-something%.
My thing is, for the type of issue we need fixed, we need somebody who knows how to settle a team.
You need a veteran.
Point guard wise. You need a vet.
You need Buns.
Who's not 80 years old, because you can't be 80. But also, like, you need somebody in the middle, like somebody who's right in the middle of between the ages of 25 and like 30, and just is able to get your team settled into offense.
So like Trae Young this summer?
I mean, you have the pieces to make that move.
Should have been had.
The problem is,
no, you did this summer. You do not anymore because he's balling the fuck out.
Well, I mean, but the Hawks are technically they're trying to make the playoffs, but really I think Spurs have their draft pick, so
yeah,
I don't know what that looks like. But
the problem is you got 5 number 2s and 3s mixed together. And it's evident every game when it's 3 minutes left.
I would trade both of your first round picks in the 2025 draft for Trae Young if it was me.
But you know what? The Hawks would likely take that deal from the perspective that they don't own their own pick.
That's what I'm saying, Kyle. Like, you can give them a draft this year. If they miss the playoffs, and you say, I'm gonna give you two first round picks, Terry Rozier and Andrew Wiggins or some shit like that. Even though I'd like to see Andrew Wiggins.
I'm not even gonna give up Andrew Wiggins. You could have Jaime, because
you gotta match the salary though. Like, you need a big contract.
Terry
and Duncan.
how big is it?
Terry, Duncan, and 2 first round picks. I don't know.
I mean, that to me is what. Now, hold on though. Here's the funny thing. For what this is. Now, I'm not saying they're same caliber players, so y'all don't kill me in this chat here. But what Luka just went for dropped the cost of a player. To my opinion,
you don't have an Anthony Davis.
No.
Also,
that's what I'm saying.
That Luka deal is everyone will look at
that was a back door. Everybody knows that was a back door.
That was bad. That was bad. But what I'm saying is
back door.
That's Kevin Garnett for Al Jefferson. Like
what we saw during the trade deadline was trades that make more logical sense than trading half your team and the future of the team away. So the Gobert trade is what I always think of, where they traded 4 guys and 8 draft picks that turned into players, which is, I don't know if people think about that. Oh, we can just throw picks. We can just throw picks. Guys, those are players in 2 or 3 years. When you send out picks, you send out players. Those are potential players you don't have on your roster. So
problem is, Kyle, it doesn't matter if you're telling me I'm keeping all this. Like I said, Wiggins is inconsistent. Tyler is not going to be that guy that carries the load consistently. We know who Bam is. So this is not a championship roster. Yeah, and if you think you can move into it, one of those starters got to go for a 1A situation.
I really struggle with when people are like, I want to give up this person. There are precious few people on this team that I wouldn't give up for.
It's not the
whole I wouldn't give up.
I could count.
I have found hand 5.
I don't even have 5. I'm like, it's
how do you have 5 if I came to you tomorrow as the owner and said, I'm winning next year. You the GM, you need to get it done. You don't have 5. You literally if Pat Riley is sitting down saying, all right, we going out with a bang, you don't have 5 unmovable players. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and don't nobody want to hear it. Y'all could be mad. You got 1.
Bam.
Yep.
In my opinion, there's only one untouchable on this entire
You have
team.
1, and that's Bam.
That's why when I was in the group chat and you niggas was talking about I'm sorry. You people were talking.
Oh, I wasn't even correcting you on that part.
You wouldn't even correct me on my racism.
No, because me and you agreed.
No, like when people were like, I wouldn't give up Jovic and a pick for fucking KD.
You and I agreed. I
mean, if we're being honest here, KD.
Y'all gotta calm down with Jovic. I like them kid. Y'all gotta calm down. That's the kind of motherfucker you move to get a real player. Like this whole idea, clutching your pearls on every fucking 22-year-old that shows a little bit of promise. Like, holy shit. Fuck, man. That's why we're in the position
we're in. He's still 21.
Oh, well, I think he has so much upside. I think the thing is he has so much upside, right?
But his upside will never be Kevin Durant at 40.
It's not that you don't move him.
There's not a day in his life that Jovic will be as good as Kevin Durant will be at 40 years old. And that's why I say fuck you.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. Give him up in a first-round pick. And like when we were talking about it, it was like Jimmy Butler, Jovic in a first-round pick for Kevin Durant. And people were like, oh, I don't know about that. I'm like, what the fuck y'all talking about? Kevin Durant will be in hospice and still be better than Pete fucking Jovic. Like, calm down with this shit. Like, y'all really, like, it drives me nuts, man. And somebody in the chat was just like, you want to bring in Trey Young? You haven't learned your lesson with Terry Rozier? The problem with you people is you put Terry Rozier on the same level as Trey Young.
There's
like,
no way.
Are you fucking dumb? Like, I remember when we got Terry Rozier, like,
I was so against it.
He's basically got the same numbers as Dame. I'm like,
who said that? Who said that? There were people saying that?
Oh, Twitter was alive with the fucking sound of
idiots. They were like, they have 4 20-point per game scorers now.
Yep. They were like, who's stopping us? Racketeering.
Not realizing. And somebody says hating on Jovic is crazy. I'm not hating on Jovic. What is wrong with y'all? I really like the kid. But Jovic will never be 36-year-old Kevin Durant. Ever.
It's the thing you have to
ever.
realize. Like,
But you're
it's
still
not
talking about a
about-
trade that wasn't on the table.
I know, but that's what I'm talking about is the bigger picture of like where like Heat fans drive me nuts. Like they clutch their pearls and they hold tight these fucking young people.
No, my
And,
favorite thing is
right.
that they want everybody, but they don't want to give up anybody.
right.
And only the players I don't like.
Yo, bring
Yep.
Jaime up in a trade this summer or for Dame.
They roasted me. They roasted me during the summer when
They
I
roasted
said
us.
I was like, I think this is it. I
This
would move him now.
This motherfucker's getting DMP CDs every fucking game, and
I got 12 endorsements.
I had Heat fans screaming at me, "You can't give up Jaime Hawkins, nigga. Why? Why? Stop!" And I just want Jaime to be Jaime, Gabe, Max, Caleb, all these guys, Duncan.
Can't be Max.
All of them. No, all of them. I need you guys to understand what these guys are. Like they are pieces to be moved. And like stop like and listen, none of it matters because we're just fans, but get the fuck over it when somebody says like and the Heat front office is acting like that. Oh, they wanted everyone for KD. I really want to know what everyone was. They wanted our whole team. Tell me what everyone is.
They said it was where Nico all the picks that they could trade.
Bye. No, maybe not for KD, but that's all. The picks. No, but you know why, Frankie? I don't want to give up all those picks
because they can't do anything else. That was my point. That trade was never going to be on the table.
Yeah, we're cooked with that.
Well, once it was Ethan saying like it's almost done, I was like, it's nowhere close to happening.
My whole
It
thing
don't matter anyway. This is the team next year.
This is the team next year.
This is the team.
They're
gonna revisit the KD stuff. Hope KD forces his way.
You're gonna get a mid-level
he's on an expiring. And
all I know is
I don't know Drew Smith and off an Achilles injury and KD enough.
You know what's funny?
KD moves me. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as we're teasing here, I wish that Drew, and I said it earlier today, I wish Drew was healthy because we would see no Terry Rozier minutes. No minutes from Terry Rozier if Drew is healthy. In a backcourt, and I've said it, and it sounds crazy, but I just think he plays smart basketball, which is why I like him as a player. Drew and Davion playing together makes so much sense.
Wait, not together. In tandem, like one goes in, another one.
Here's what I mean by that.
I don't want them on
we
the
let
court.
Drew play more than 30 games before we're like.
My point is this. Just off of the defense alone, right? Because we don't get either side from Terry. Just off of defense alone and making the smart basketball play, you could put Drew out there because he doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Wait, you're saying Drew and Davion at the same time?
Just as if you're gonna have Tyler out there, you're gonna have Ware out there.
Oh, wait, Drew, Davion, and Tyler at the same time?
Correct.
Ooh.
You're smoking rocks.
My point is I've seen lineups where it's Terry Rozier, Tyler. Is Drew worse? Because I don't think
I don't want to see any. I never want to see a three.
I don't want to see a combination where Tyler ends up at the 3.
This was Kyle with that take.